During the training camps in Inzell, I recorded all the participants so I can follow the progress. In this first video, I would like to do an analysis of one of the participants, in this case Patrick. After the first day, I made a few notes about his skating. I wrote down, he's too much on his heels, his hip is pinched against his pushing leg, parallel versus diagonal, his skate setup, limited amplitude. Watching Patrick on the straight here, you can clearly see how he pinches in the recovery leg against his pushing leg. Here in the corner, he is working a lot with his right leg to get it over his left leg instead of just waiting for the push to come from his left leg and then let the right leg come over. In this part of the fragment, you can clearly see he's a little too much on his heels. Also here in the corner you can see that. This causes him to hold back on his movement. It's not fluent like this. It is as if he is running up the stairs on his heels instead of running up the stairs on the ball of the foot. After a week of practice, you can already see some improvements. The movement of a recovery leg is more separated from the movement of the pushing leg. Still a little bit on his heels. Now after 2 weeks of practice, you can clearly see he is a lot more on the front of the foot, which makes his movement a lot more fluent, on the straights as well. When looking at the upper body, the swaying of the upper body, the movement of the upper body is always off the push. This is a really persistent pattern in Patrick. To get this under control, there is a lot of extra training needed, not only on the ice but also on dry land and probably also strength training. And eventually he will be able to use his upper body more efficiently, pushing down on his skates. But I think in the end it will be something with which you can recognize Patrick on the ice. But everybody has his own movement signature on the ice, from which you can recognize every skater, even from a greater distance. The last fragment was made on Friday, the last day of the training week. And this fragment is from the Sunday after, so after a day's rest. You can clearly see the progress he just made by being more fresh. And I'm really happy to being able to show this, because it also shows how efficient my way of training and coaching is. The retention of newly learned movement patterns proved to be really great. Soon I will be making and publishing some other analysis videos from the training camps. Would you like to join one of the training camps in Inzell too? The last week of September and the first week of October I will be hosting 2 training weeks in Inzell again. And after that I will be working from my home rink in Tilburg. Looking forward to meeting you there.